Okay, let's talk about something I know drives so many of you crazy. You're in this constant losing battle with mold. You clean it, you think you've won, and then just a few weeks later, it's back. It's so frustrating. Well, today we're going to dig into exactly why your best cleaning efforts might be failing, and more importantly, what the real solution is.
Does this sound familiar? I mean, that endless cycle of scrubbing and spraying, only to watch that same patch of mold just creep back again? It feels demoralizing, right? But here's the thing. It's a common struggle, but it is one you can absolutely win. We're going to get to the bottom of why this happens and show you how to finally break free for good.
So let's start right there with that frustrating loop so many of us get trapped in, the unending cleaning cycle. It's such a common pitfall, and honestly, it's all rooted in a big misunderstanding of what's really happening, not just on your walls, but deep inside them. And this timeline, it just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? Week 1, you clean the surface, and it looks great. Victory! But because the root of the problem is still hiding in there, by week 3, it's back. So you clean again, maybe a little harder this time, but by week 7, the problem is actually worse. And here is the absolute kicker. Every time you scrub with liquid cleaners, you risk adding more moisture into that material. You could literally be feeding the very problem you're trying to kill, helping it grow back stronger and spread even wider over time. So if scrubbing harder isn't the answer, then what is? Well, the key, the real secret, lies in understanding the secret life of our building materials. It's not about what you can see on the surface, it's all about what's happening deep inside. This is where the battle is actually won or lost. And here it is, the heart of the issue. Just think of materials in two totally different camps. On one side, you've got your non-porous surfaces, things like glazed tile or metal. They're like a pane of glass. Moisture just sits on top and you can wipe it clean, no problem. But then you have porous materials, and these guys act just like a sponge. They soak up moisture and trap it deep inside. Once mold gets in there, trying to clean it from the surface is like trying to clean the middle of a sponge by only wiping the outside. It's just never going to work. And who are the usual suspects? Well, they're in almost every home. Plasterboard, wallpaper, MDF, carpets, insulation, all of them are super porous. Once moisture lets mold take root inside these materials, that contamination becomes deeply embedded. You can scrub that surface all day long, but the real source of the problem is hidden away, totally protected, and just waiting to regrow the second you turn your back. Okay, so we figured out that these porous materials are the hidden culprit. But how do you know when one of them is truly a lost cause? How do you know when it's time to stop cleaning and start thinking differently? Well, the good news is the materials themselves give us some really clear signs. They're basically telling us when they've lost the battle. Yep, your home is trying to tell you something, and here's how you can listen. The first clue is that persistent return we talked about. If it's back in just a few weeks, that is a huge red flag. Next, physically check the material. Is it soft, crumbly, warped? That's proof its internal structure is compromised. Then, use your nose. That lingering musty odor means an active colony is still thriving deep inside. But the absolute smoking gun? Seeing mold actually pushing through your paint or wallpaper, that is undeniable proof the problem is deep-seated and coming from within. And the most crucial thing to remember here is to never, ever judge the problem by what you see on the surface. A single, tiny spot on a wall can be just the tip of the iceberg, hiding a much larger, more serious colony of contamination right underneath. The surface can, and very often does, lie to us. So when you see these definite signs, what's the solution? It's not more cleaning, it's removal. And it's so important to reframe how we think about this. This is not about giving up or admitting defeat. This is about making a smart, strategic move to finally regain control of your home. Say it with me. Material removal isn't a failure. It's a strategic reset. You're just hitting the reset button on the whole problem. It is the only way to completely get rid of that embedded contamination, expose the root moisture issue that caused it in the first place, and clear the way for a permanent solution. It's all about taking back control. And the benefits of hitting that reset button are huge. First off, you finally break free from that soul-destroying cleaning cycle. Second, you expose the hidden leak or the condensation point that was causing all the trouble, so you can actually fix it properly. You also stop kicking up spores into the air with all that scrubbing. But best of all, you give yourself a guaranteed clean slate to build back from, knowing the problem is well and truly gone for good. And that really is the key takeaway, isn't it? Being effective against mold isn't about cleaning harder. It's about having the wisdom to know when cleaning just isn't the answer anymore. Recognizing that tipping point is the most powerful step you can take toward a healthy, mold-free home. So the next time you face that recurring spot, ask yourself, is it time to clean or is it time to reset?